Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. I'm Travis and today we're going to be doing Majiko Ghost. This is an artist I haven't had on my channel in a while, I would say 2-3 months. Reaction I did before with Majiko was Kokoro Nashi. That was a pretty emotional reaction in the sense that I've never seen a live performance in which an artist has kind of put her heart and soul out on her sleeve like that. She was very vulnerable in that live performance that she did, and I mean, I respect that as a viewer. For an artist to do that, I know that's definitely not something that's easy to do, and I admire that. I figured, why not return to this artist? It's an artist I haven't done in a while. I want to return to her music, but yeah, let's get into it. This is not the same Majiko that I remember. What happened, man? I remember Kokoro Nashi, she was out there pouring her heart out there, man, being vulnerable. And at least my interpretation of this, man, I feel like she's like the toxic person right now. She's like the devil on your shoulder, man. What happened? I don't like this at all, I'll be honest with you. Not the song, I just don't like the interpretation that I'm getting, the vibe that I'm getting from this. It feels like somebody that wants to kind of like pull your strings, somebody that wants to manipulate you. Like she said, all the crumbling and sadness is because of me, or something along those lines. Because of me, I like seeing you crumble. Yeah, dude, that's not cool. I thought this was going to be another song that I could try to kind of relate to or like connect with, but this is kind of like, this is giving me the idea that if my friend was ever like, do you think this person is good for me? I'd be like, bro, red flag. No. This is the interpretation that I'm getting. I don't like this. I mean, I like the song. I just don't like the message behind it, because maybe I could be wrong in the lyric breakdown. I feel like I'm not gonna like her when I do this lyric breakdown. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. This really gives me the idea of somebody that is kind of manipulative. Maybe, I think she said something in the name of love, change in the name of love. Somebody that is kind of trying to drag you down to her level of despair, maybe. Somebody that enjoys seeing you crumble, which I think is the opposite. People that are close to you, people that you care about, should be trying to uplift you, and she seems like she's trying to do the opposite. She wants you to suffer. But then I don't know. She says, no matter who you are, I'm here because I love you. I don't know. That could just be, it could just be gaslighting. And what'd she say? Like, anyone but me is harmful without question. This is somebody that I think when it comes to relationships, I'm sure we've all maybe have that friend that we have that maybe is in a relationship and now you no longer see them anymore. It's always, oh, I have to go do this with my partner. I have to do this with my partner. You just no longer have that friend in your life because of their partner doesn't allow them to go out or do anything without them. And this kind of gives me the idea anyone but me is harmful without question. She just wants this individual all to herself. I think it's just her way of having control over this individual and trying to manipulate him like that she actually cares about him, but I really don't think she does. She just wants to have this feeling of power over her partner. Maybe I could be wrong, but that's my interpretation. Within the darkness, please don't look at me. It's okay because I am here to love you no matter what. I like that you're falling apart because of me. I'm hurting you on purpose and then whispering my love to you. Become a person in my color. Yeah, dude, I hate this. What I don't like about this already is I just have such an idea of the type of artist that she was with Kokoronashi. She really put her heart on her sleeve, and so, like, as somebody watching her and listening to her, I really just want to give her a hug. And now, listening to this, I'm like, oh, I really don't like her right now. Like, so I don't like the fact that this is like a 180 from my limited worldview of her. I like that you're falling apart because of me. I'm hurting you on purpose and whispering my love to you. This is what I was saying in the reaction where she is like a walking red flag. But anybody that intentionally pushes somebody down instead of uplifting them, those are the type of people you do not need in your life. Become a person in my color. It really gives me the idea, since she's trying to, I guess, in my opinion, mentally manipulate him, break him down. It almost seems like become a person of my color, become somebody that kind of worships me. I don't know. I don't like this. The person that I once was used to be so cowardly. I used to turn a blind eye to your suffering. I looked inside my heart as it deserved to be resented. It's exactly like you said, I have changed. Everything, it's all for your sake. Not acknowledging somebody as suffering. A lot of us have this inclination, this feeling that somebody that we know is suffering, and in most instances we just don't really know what to do in order to help them. She's kind of saying that she acknowledged the fact that he was suffering and she was too scared to do anything about it, but now she has changed herself for his sake. So I don't know, man, it makes me want to think that she is becoming somebody that is going to break him down and change him. Hopefully for the better. I like to have some optimism that she means this with good intentions. I acknowledge the fact that you were suffering and I didn't know how to help. Now I'm going to change who I am, maybe to be that person that can help you out of this suffering that you're going through. I don't know. I like to have some optimism. I like to have some optimism that she's breaking herself down. Maybe she's breaking him down and going to build him back up to be a better, stronger person. Maybe I'm coping way too much. Maybe I have a lot of copium, as they say. Within the darkness, please don't look at me. It's okay because I'm here to love you no matter what. I like how you're falling apart because of me. I'm sorry, but I'll always be by your side. Become the person in my color. Naturally, I can't help but think this is so negative. You're falling apart because of me. I don't want to be on the copium too much, because clearly she already indicated that this individual was suffering, and she was aware of it. She turned a blind eye to it. So he was already falling apart to begin with, in a sense. If you're suffering, I imagine he wasn't on a good trajectory. I feel like he was already partially falling apart. And so she fundamentally changed herself, and now she's happy that he's falling apart because of her. She always says that she loves him no matter what. So I feel like if he's already going to fall apart, she's going to help in that process of breaking him down, crumbling him. And maybe this is like, in order to fix the problem, you have to destroy it and build it from the ground up. I'm hoping because she's given me so many mixed signals. Even reading this as a guy, I'm like, I don't know if she loves me or hates me. Like, like this is so conflicting for me because this is what I'm saying. How like my reaction was like she is probably manipulating him, and so I already felt that it's so much easier to manipulate somebody and break them down mentally than it is physically. At least when it comes to men, and like this is already breaking me down because I want to think that she means well, but I also think she is manipulating him. So I'm already like mentally at such an impasse where I can't even really make out if she means well or not. This shows how much easier it is to get to us mentally than it is physically. But I'm hoping that she's going to build him from the ground up again, teaching you a lesson to make sure you don't go anywhere. Anyone except for me is undeniably harmful. Thus, I shoulder this love panacea. It's no good, but you must drink it. Come on. All of the pain and all of the sadness, it's all for your sake. I feel like I'm getting a little bit more copium. I feel like I'm getting a little bit more hopeful. Looking up the definition of this word, it's like a cure-all to pain, to illness. It really gives me the idea that she is the cure to all his pain, all his suffering, all the sadness that he is going through. It's on her shoulders in order to make all that suffering and all the pain and all the terrible things that he's going through go away. She is going to try and be the cure-all remedy to everything bad in his life. And see, this is where I'm like, okay, I think maybe I had a wrong interpretation, but I think maybe that copium wasn't misplaced. It's no good, but you must drink it. Come on. All the pain and all of the sadness, it's all for your sake. Everybody outside of her is harmful. The fact that he's already crumbling gives me the idea that maybe he doesn't surround himself with positive influences, things that enrich his life, maybe people that don't enrich his life. And maybe instead of keeping him all to herself, keeping him away from everybody, she's not doing this to manipulate him, to have some control over him, but she's doing this to maybe ward off all the negative influences that he surrounds himself with. She's just pushing them away, and I guess it's not out of manipulation, but it's all for his benefit. You just don't want to see somebody suffer and not try to do what you can to try to uplift them out of that suffering, because you just never know when they're gonna mentally hit that brick wall, and then in that point there won't be anything you can do. So I wonder how you see the current me. Even though our beloved days have already begun, it's exactly like you said. I have changed, and exactly like I say, it's your turn to change in the name of love for my sake. Okay, so I was definitely wrong. I was definitely wrong with my reaction. I wonder how you see the current me. And I think the current her, like she said, the her before was somebody that turned a blind eye to his suffering. Now she is taking a head-on approach where she's taking charge of being his remedy, being somebody that cures his pain, cures that suffering that she turned a blind eye to. She wonders if he sees her differently, if he sees her the person that he can turn to in order to be a better version of him, be a happier version, and just live a better life, better quality of life. Even though our beloved days have gone, it's exactly like you said, I've changed. And exactly like I say, it's your turn to change in the name of love for my sake. She has changed to be somebody that now takes a head-on approach in order to uplift him and be his rock, somebody that he can lean on in order to get through whatever trials, struggles he's going through mentally in his life. And now she wants him to take the step in order to be that person that she can be proud of. Maybe somebody that gets through all those burdens, somebody that comes out of that dark tunnel that he's going through, somebody that can give her the same joy and happiness that she's trying to give this individual. And that's the thing about a relationship or a partnership, is it always needs to be 50-50 or 100-100, however you look at it, where if I'm going to be somebody that you can always rely on, that whenever you call, I come and answer, I expect that same energy. And I think we all do. I think all of us expect that same energy. We all want somebody to give us the same energy that we give them. If I give you 100%, I drop what I'm doing and I help you out whenever you need it. Whenever I need something, I hope you give me that same energy. And I think that's kind of what she's saying is, look, I've changed who I am fundamentally, in order to enrich your life and to help you get through what you're going through, the struggle. And now, for me, I want you to be somebody that gets through that struggle, that can enrich my life and be the you that I'm trying to help you become. I'm so much happier that going through this lyric breakdown, I have changed my position on how I interpreted this song. But now I'm so glad that I went through the lyrics, because now I know that she truly means well. She is going to try, she's changing who she is fundamentally in order to enrich his life and to raise him up from that darkness that he's going through. And all she wants is for him to change who he is so he can be somebody that gets out of that darkness and that shares the same love for her that she has for him. And I love this. I love this so much, and I'm so glad I did a lyric breakdown. And see, it goes to show that all these songs I react to, it's the first time I've ever listened to them. So I only get bits and pieces, and I do hyperfixate. I try to focus a lot on the lyrics, but you get little bits and pieces. You don't have time to sit there and read line for line, in which you can kind of sit there and think about, okay, this is the interpretation, and this is how it fits to this interpretation. Kind of, you don't have time to kind of create that story in your head when doing a reaction. So a lot of the time, when I just do a reaction, I'm like, this is kind of the feeling it gives me, but I'm never 100% sure. While when I do these lyric breakdowns, I'm so happy because now I actually have a little bit of time, with the power of editing as well, where I can sit down and I think, this is what I get, but now I have time to think about if this is the right translation, or if I'm getting too ahead of myself. Maybe, like that's what I was saying with Copium, I'm like, I want to be optimistic, but I don't know, because it's not giving me that optimistic feeling. So I'm glad that I did this, because it definitely changed my perception of this. This is a 180 interpretation that I got in my reaction. Yeah, you guys will have to let me know. I think this is actually a quite uplifting song, even though at face value with the reaction, that's not what I got. But yeah, my opinion has changed with the lyric breakdown, and I'm glad that I did one. Let me know how you guys interpret this. I'm glad I did this, and I'm glad that I returned to Majiko. Definitely let me know the next Majiko song you want me to return to, or another artist that you haven't seen on my channel. I would love to know. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.